Hello everyone, welcome to Hydropower. Today we will be discussing about the selection of perfect hydropower dam site. In this we will talk about the introduction factors to consider: hydrological factors, long-term considerations, factors, geological factors, environmental factors, social factors, economic factors, case studies, conclusion. So, let's start with the introduction. Hydropower dams are an essential source of renewable energy, providing electricity to millions of people worldwide. However, the process of selecting a suitable site for a hydropower dam is complex and requires careful consideration of various factors. The consequences of selecting the wrong site can be catastrophic, resulting in environmental damage, social disruption, and economic losses. It is therefore crucial that we understand the importance of selecting the right hydropower dam site and take action to ensure that this process is carried out responsibly. Now let's go for the factors to consider. When selecting a hydropower dam site, there are several factors that must be carefully considered. One of the most important factors is the topography of the area. The site must have a suitable gradient and elevation to ensure efficient water flow and energy production. Additionally, the geology of the area must be analyzed to determine if it can support the weight and pressure of the dam. Another critical factor is the availability of water resources. The site must have a reliable and consistent source of water to ensure that the dam can operate at maximum capacity. This requires an analysis of rainfall patterns, river flow rates, and other hydrological data. Hydrological factors. Water flow. Assess the availability and consistency of water flow in the river. A steady flow is essential for consistent power generation. Consider seasonal variations in water flow, including dry and wet seasons. Flood risk. Evaluate flood risk to ensure dam safety and downstream protection. Long-term considerations factors. Reservoir management. Plan for the management of the reservoir and sedimentation over the long term. Decommissioning. Develop a decommissioning plan for the dam's end-of-life cycle. Geological factors. One of the most important geological factors to consider when selecting a hydropower dam site is the stability of the ground. The dam must be built on solid rock that is capable of supporting the weight of the structure and the water it holds. Additionally, the rock should not be prone to erosion or weathering that could compromise the integrity of the dam over time. Another important consideration is the presence of faults or fractures in the rock. These can weaken the structure of the dam and increase the risk of failure in the event of an earthquake or other seismic activity. Geological surveys must be conducted to identify any potential hazards and determine the suitability of the site for a hydropower dam. Environmental factors. One of the most important factors to consider when selecting a hydropower dam site is the environmental impact it will have on the surrounding area. The construction of a dam can have significant effects on the local ecosystem, including changes in water quality, habitat destruction, and alterations to the natural flow of rivers and streams. In addition to the direct impact on the environment, there are also indirect consequences to consider. For example, the displacement of people and wildlife due to the flooding of land can have long-lasting effects on the social and economic well-being of the area. It is important to carefully assess these factors and consider alternative solutions before proceeding with a dam project. Social factors. One of the key social factors that needs to be considered when selecting a hydropower dam site is the impact on local communities. Dams can have significant effects on the livelihoods and cultural practices of nearby communities, and it is important to engage with these communities early in the planning process to understand their concerns and needs. This may involve conducting consultations, providing information about the project, and offering compensation or other forms of support to affected communities. Another important social factor is the potential for conflict over water resources. Dams can affect the quantity and quality of water downstream, which can have implications for agriculture, fishing, and other activities. It is important to consider the interests of all stakeholders and to develop mechanisms for resolving conflicts that may arise. Economic factors. One of the most important economic factors that needs to be considered when selecting a hydropower dam site is the cost of construction. The location of the site can greatly impact the cost of building the dam and associated infrastructure, such as transmission lines and roads. Factors like the terrain, accessibility, and availability of labor and materials can all affect construction costs. Another economic factor that needs to be considered is the potential revenue generated by the dam. This includes not only the revenue from selling the electricity produced by the dam, but also any additional benefits such as flood control or irrigation. The location of the dam can impact its ability to generate revenue, as factors like water flow and demand for electricity can vary depending on the region. Now let's have a look at case studies for hydropower dam site selection. In one case study, a hydropower dam was built on a river that was prone to flooding. The engineers did not take into account the potential for increased rainfall due to climate change, and as a result, the dam was overwhelmed during a severe flood. This led to significant damage to surrounding communities and infrastructure. In another case study, a hydropower dam was built in an area with high seismic activity. The engineers conducted extensive research and designed the dam to withstand earthquakes, but they did not consider the impact of liquefaction. During a moderate earthquake, the soil beneath the dam turned to liquid, causing it to collapse and resulting in a catastrophic failure. And lastly, conclusion. In conclusion, selecting the right hydropower dam site is crucial for ensuring a sustainable and reliable source of energy. It requires careful consideration of various factors such as geological, environmental, social, and economic aspects. We have discussed the importance of each of these factors and how they can impact the success or failure of a hydropower dam project. By taking a holistic approach and involving all stakeholders in the decision-making process, we can ensure that the selected site is not only technically feasible but also socially acceptable and economically viable. Thank you. See you in next video.